Welcome back. We are here with our 1430s recap, and you have to let me know after this video whether you like this format, so let's get started. Born in 1430 was just El Rosaria Payne. As for children, we had Philomena Zest, and then our very own Thomas, of course, and the marriage that happened was between Serena and Emile. And if you remember, Emile was the spy for Thomas, the original's sister, who came to try and help destroy our family, but luckily for us, he fell in love with Serena, and we were able to save the day, and Serena was able to become a hero, as was her lifelong goal. The deaths we had were Arthur Landgrab, Gilbert III Armstrong, who died during that siege there, Sigrid Armstrong, and Cecilia Zest. So those were the deaths. We lost our Cecilia. Then we move on to 1431, where the people that were born, we have Benedict Landgrab, who is the current Landgrab heir since Arthur died. We have Frost the Third Payne and his twin brother Maurice Payne. And then we have Mirabelle Axtell and our very own first child of Serena, Thomasina Smith. So those are the Sims that were born. And then El Rosaria, of course, became a toddler. Odelgard became a child, and Euphemia became a teenager. Look at her, quintessential Landgrab, in my opinion. Then we have our very own Honora, who is living with us, become a young adult along with Frost II. The marriage that we had was between Guccio and Nancy, who stole him from her sister, and the only death we had was Zetienne, who I loved very much. In 1432, we had a couple babies be born. We have Bard II Axtell. We have Godiva Landgrab. They were both born. Our babies from last year, Benedict Landgrab, started becoming toddlers, so that's Frost there, and then followed by Maurice, of course. And then we had Mirabelle and, of course, Thomasina, who again all became toddlers after being infants in the last part. We had Johnny Zest II become a teenager, and then twins Nancy and Nazetta Payne became young adults now that they were both married. Then we have Frost and Nazetta's marriage. Again, like I said, they were both married. We lost Emelina and Olive. In 1433, we have only one baby born. That would be Raphael Payne, who we just saw actually age up in our last video. Godiva Landgrab finally became a toddler, along with Bard II Axtell. And then Frida Axtell became a teenager along with Jaquette Bennett. Look at her, she's gorgeous, oh my gosh. And then Bard the Elder became a young adult along with Bartholomew, who was off to the church. And the wedding of the year was Cassian and Sabina. Cassian had convinced Gilbert that he was a good friend of Gilbert's son, Gilbert II, who had died in the war, and so Cassian kind of wormed his way into the family by promising to take care of them for Gilbert. Moving on to 1434, we have Osmy Payne and Emile II Smith. And then the third baby that was born was Papa Landgrab, all born this year. And of course, Raphael became a toddler. And then we introduced Cassian's relative, Cathasach, and he actually married Euphemia. So they got married, and unfortunately, we did lose Serena that year. In 1435, we have a few babies born. Felice Heathcliff was born, and then, of course, Florian Landgrab. All the rich babies were born this year. And then we had Osmy Payne become a toddler, along with Emile II, who we saw in our last video as well, and then Papa Landgrab. As for the children, we just have El Rosaria, who we've been spending more time with as Thomas. And then Celestina Zest became a teenager and was going to go off to the church. We did lose Zelda and Guccio. And we also lost Isabeau Devereaux, who was Charles's mistress. And Sabina did die in childbirth, and then Wybert died in a vampire role. In 1436, we had another baby be born. Finally, Cassian has a son. It is Cassian II. Heathcliff Felice became a toddler, and Florian became a toddler as well. Drustin became a teen, Drustin Zest, and our Genevieve, became a teenager. And then Nancy was able to remarry Cassian, so she got a one-up on her sister again. In 1437, we have Cassian II become a toddler. We have several Sims become children, including Benedict, who is the Landgrab heir, Frost III, his twin Maurice. And, of course, these names are going to start sounding familiar because here's Mirabelle Axtell, because we saw them all be born in previous years and start aging up. Here's Thomasina Smith. And then as for the teenagers, we have Philomena Zest, who is now a teen, and our very own Thomas, has become a teen as well. And unfortunately, Genevieve did end up dying, but luckily, because we have the Vitality Nectar, she is now alive again. So she is okay. In 1438, Bard became a child, along with, of course, Godiva and Raphael, who both have been joining him on this journey this whole time. Look at how cute Raphael is growing up to be. Love her. Odelgard became a teenager, and then Anika did pass away, along with Euphemia, who, I miss her already. Look at her. She's perfect. And Isabel, who might be the Isabel I was confused about last year. I don't know. Anyway, in 1439, the last year of the decade, we have Osmi Payne becoming a child, and Emile II also becoming a child, along with, you guessed it, Papa Landgrab. We did have one wedding this year, which was our very own Genevieve and Cassian. They did get married after she was, giving up her virtue to him in order to get a rich husband and one that will take good care of her. And she's a snob, she wants to be a lady, so she was able to successfully get him. But as you will see in the next decade, maybe it was him who got her. I don't know. So we will be including some more drama with those two in the next one. So I hope that you're excited for that, because their story is not over yet. And then we did lose the elder Johnny Zest. Now, if you pay close attention, unlike me, to my things, you'll notice that I accidentally got the two Johnny Zests mixed up. I didn't put Johnny II in the spreadsheet, and I thought I was rolling for the other one, so I did kill him instead of his son. It was really supposed to be Johnny Zest II who died, but it ended up being this Johnny, so I'm just going to switch them on their roles. So we will roll for Johnny Zest II next year and just call that Johnny the Elder did pass away on his roll. So I'll roll again for Johnny II. I messed that up, I know. But anyway, that is where we're going to wrap up this recap. I know it was short and sweet, but I think that I'm going to try and include more information in the next decade. I'm just trying to figure out a good format for this, and I think that this is a fun one. I'm kind of inspired by Amanda Plays Sims, of course. She does great recaps on her channel. And that is it for the 1430s. I am really, really excited to get started in the 1440s, and I think that all the drama is going to be so much fun for next year, so I hope you're excited for that. And let me know any feedback on this particular format of recapping, if there's anything else I should add, like maybe if I should try and grab pictures from different events that happen, I don't know. But anyway, we will figure that out later. So let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one.